The emerald ash borer is an invasive wood-boring insect originally from Asia. It was first discovered in the U.S. in 2002 and has continued to spread. It's reached Minnesota and is in half of our counties, including the City of Ramsey.
We are trying to identify emerald ash borer infested ash trees that are in the public road right-of-way and or within our parks system. And those ones the city is proactively removing once we come across them.
If you have ash trees on your property, you can check for signs of emerald ash borer infestation.
The quickest, most direct way to identify emerald ash borer at this point in time is with the woodpecker damage that we can see on a tree. And certainly over the winter months when there are not leaves on the trees, it's a lot easier to see that. It's kind of referred to as flecking or blonding. It's where the woodpeckers are trying to get at the larval stage of emerald ash borer. It looks like a little grub worm growing underneath the bark, feeding on the vessels that carry the water and nutrients up in the tree. During the summer months, we can also look for dieback in the canopy. We can look for D-shaped exit holes on the tree, or what's called epicormic sprouting, or water sprouts, kind of the branching or the sprouts that are popping right off of the trunk itself.
If your ash tree is still in healthy condition and you'd like to keep it, it's important to be proactive.
Well, first and foremost, at this point, if anybody has a healthy ash tree still and they want to keep that ash tree, they do need to start treating, and they need to start treating ASAP in essence. There are two treatment options, a soil drench method and a trunk injection method. Both are very effective. The healthier the tree, the more effective the treatments can be. Just know that you have to treat it. If it's a soil drench method, it's usually every year. If it's a trunk injection method, it would be every other year for the treatments.
Minnesota stands to lose a significant number of ash trees to this pest, and the impact could be felt for generations.
So best management practices talk about proper times or best times to remove infested trees. So we want to avoid trimming or removing ash trees during what's called the active season for the adult emerald ash borer insects. That's generally considered to be May through September. We try and avoid removing the trees during that time because as the wood is being transported down the road, the adult insects can still be emerging out of that wood. They can then fly off, they can get introduced into neighborhoods where it maybe hasn't quite gotten established yet. So we want to avoid, again, transporting the wood during the active season so we're not even further expediting the spread of emerald ash borer. And then, so you've got a couple options. You can bring the wood to the Bunker Hills compost site that Anoka County operates. That is an EAB waste wood disposal location. You also could burn the wood, either working with our fire department, getting the necessary burn permit in hand, or if you want to just keep the wood for recreational fires, we do allow that in Ramsey, but we would ask that you cut it into firewood-sized pieces, stack it nice and neatly, and get some thick plastic, like 4 or 6 millimeter thick plastic. Don't just drape it over the firewood, but actually bury the edges of it into the ground an inch or two. The idea is to create a nice tight seal so that as those adult insects do emerge from that firewood, they're trapped, they can't go anywhere, they can't mate, they can't lay their eggs, and the cycle gets broken.
The city is replanting a variety of tree species to help replace what's been lost.